Hey guys, welcome to Cricket Fanatics magazine. This is your daily show. I'm your host Khalid Mohidin, and this is the show where we talk about all the major talking points in South African cricket. Now, quite an interesting episode for you today because I've got Dinesha Devnarain on the show today. She's calling in to have a conversation with me. Recently, she had the opportunity to go coach the Dolphins, and she had an opportunity to join their camp, give them some insights, and obviously working with a lot of talented players. We had quite a few conversations previously about the talented batsmen that they have at the Dolphins and the new signings that they have at the moment. They've got the likes of Grant Rulofsson, Marcus Ackerman, Keegan Peterson is a new signing as well as Ruan de Swart. So there's a lot of talented players over there at the Dolphins. So Danisha had an amazing opportunity to actually go over there and help coach them and give them some advice. And she also got some learnings from that. She also had the opportunity to go to the Proteas Women's camp. Now, we know that she's the S-Under-19 women's coach at the moment. So it's an awesome opportunity for her to be able to expand her horizon and obviously get more skill levels under her belt and obviously help the younger kids learn from the Proteas senior women. And she gives us some insight into that experience as well. But before we get going, guys, please click the subscribe button and click the notification bell for all future videos. So let's get into the interview with Dinesha. So guys, as promised, I have Dinesha on the line. I just wanted to catch up with her and get to know her thoughts on her experience with the Dolphins. Let's start off with that, Dinesha. What was that like to be able to be part of that team, to help them, coach them and guide them? And what sort of advice did you give them? And what was that experience like?
Oh yeah, I think it was a fantastic experience. So I think I have to give a lot of credit to Imran Khan, the head coach of the Dolphins. He texted me about 2 months ago and he says, look, we're preparing for competition now and, we want to get a different perspective on the game. We just want to see how does it look on the outside, or do you pick up anything differently? I mean, he had a lot of kind words to say, saying that I played the game for a long time and, I'm one of the reputable coaches around. So yeah, I think just having that first to come in and that knowing that the people back you, and especially at that first class level, I thought that was brilliant. And if I must be honest, I thought he was joking at first, but and then so it happened that I joined him on camp, and it was a 2-day camp. And as soon as I get there, Imran Khan tells me you're gonna run a net session on your own. We're preparing for 4-day cricket, and we're working on spin options. And just at that moment, I still thought he was joking. But he said, just do whatever drills you want and, see what's the best way forward. I just worked with players individually. And I mean, I got a player like SJ, and he's top class. I mean, he's one of the best of the game. And, he just faced a couple of balls and he actually came to me and he says, what do you think about this year? What do you think if I should do that better? Where's my head position? I thought that was fantastic because you obviously with the player and on a one-on-one basis. And, I think it's easy for them to just say, it's just a female coach. She's just going to be here for now. Let me just get this over and done with. But you know what? I think what the Dolphins are doing, they're doing a lot of great things there. And yeah, I suppose I learned a lot as well from them. Just the way they construct their practice sessions and how professional they are in that environment. It's definitely something I want to take into the women's game.
So what did you bring to them? What sort of techniques did you bring them? Because we know that in South Africa, there's a saying going around that we struggle against spin. What sort of techniques did you teach them, etc.? Obviously, drawing from your experience as an international.
I actually just wanted to keep it basic. So before we got into a net, I had a chat to them and said, what is your options against spin and what are you trying to do? And to my surprise, I thought the middle order had a lot of more plans set than the top order. And it's actually quite funny. You would think at that level, you should know your game plan. And so we just had a chat about that day. And then we said, okay, let's identify 3 scoring areas to get a 1 off. Whether it was use of the crease or use of our feet or playing the ball late.
So I think, one of the options obviously was also playing the ball late, and it was very individualized. It was what the player was comfortable with. And then I said, okay, then let's work on a boundary option. And then, I think there was a lot of feedback after that. I mean, Sin Mutasami after the days of play actually he actually texted me. I don't know how he got my number, but he texted me and he said, "Look, you know what? This was brilliant. I need to do more of this. I need to do more of that." There, and I mean, that's like a, he represented our country, and yes,
Yeah.
to get that type of feedback, I thought that was brilliant. And yeah, I mean, I had him and Prenel and Subrian was my last pair, and they just wanted to have net upon net. So I think they had like extra 4 or 5 bags.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought it was brilliant.
Yeah, I think what a lot of people would want to know is obviously there's a lot of talent in that lineup now. Obviously with Keegan Peterson now coming back in, and Marcus
Yeah.
Ackerman and Grant Rulofson, etc. Did you get to work with them at all, and did they catch your eye at all?
Yeah, I actually worked with all of them.
Mhm.
Yeah, I had a full day there at the Dolphins. It was a good days of work. And I promise you, these guys are middling the ball really nice. I thought Keegan was really good against spin. Just
Mhm.
his options and the way his intensity, I think, against spin was brilliant. I think that brings a different vibe in the team when it comes to playing against spin. And yeah, and Grant and Marcus, I mean, they were fantastic. I think Marcus was getting bored at one point, the amount of times he was middling the ball. But yeah, yeah, I think these guys are in really good nick. And yeah, hopefully they can bring the 4-day series back to Durban. Yeah.
Yeah. So, with regards to that, what will you take? What lessons have you learned that you will take into your under 19 camp? And you can maybe move into from that to what you've learned from the Proteas women's camp, and the opportunity to actually be there as well and helping them out.
Yeah, definitely from the Dolphins. I think the way they run their practice sessions, very professionalized environment, and how specific they are on working on a skill or certain amount of overs. I think they're very specific, which I really enjoy because then you start working with quality instead of just running a net or in terms of quantity work. So I thought the
Hmm.
quality was great. And yeah, I think just working with the Protea ladies, I've realized how massive the gap is between provincial and national, but
Yeah.
also not maybe in terms of skill, maybe just the way we go about things, which is
Mm.
something I alluded to with what I said with the Dolphins. But yeah, I just think in the women's game, especially the space that I'm in, we're just gonna go full on basics and foundation skills where we have to master that before we start evolving into variations and playing 360 and that sort of thing. The old saying goes, you can't build a house without a foundation. So I think that's going to be a massive step for me.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Denisha. This was awesome insight, and I'm sure we'll catch up again soon.
Thank you so much. It was my pleasure.
Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Click the notification bell for all future videos. Don't forget to download the latest issue of the magazine. The link is on the screen and in the description. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you guys very, very soon.